Hello, my name is Wesley Burt. I'm a resident, my wife and I, at 104 Lawrence Court. Our property backs up to Dorchester Road widening project. When we first heard that the road was going to be improved, it was a blessing. And now that we see what the results are going to be, it's also a disgrace too. We purchased this home in 1980. That's 33 years ago. This was our retirement home after the military. We had to pick this property. It's one of the last few in the neighborhood, and it had a large enough backyard. We wanted to have a pool here for our retirement home. I served 23 years in the Marine Corps as a helicopter pilot. I've paid my taxes. I've been a relatively good citizen and an asset to the neighborhood. My civic association has appointed me to be the chairman of the Sound Wall Committee for this particular project. I've done everything possible to get a sound wall, for a continuous sound wall for all of Ashborough West. It just doesn't seem fair that if I'm going to get a sound wall any better than what I've got, that I've got to go ahead and pay for it, whereas my neighbor across the street has a sound wall already provided. Is this the way that Dorchester County treats its veterans? A picture is worth 1,000 words. Let me explain to you the details of this project and tell you exactly, or to show you what I'm up against. Dorchester Road is a highway that extends along the Ashley River all the way from I-26 out to 17A, which is southwest of Summerville, South Carolina. This map shows only about 1 mile of a 5-mile project to widen the road of Dorchester Road from a 2-lane state highway to a 5-lane, sometimes 6-lane highway. This is only 1 mile area here between 2 major subdivisions, Ashborough East and Ashborough West. To give you some idea, this highway, in the improvements that it's making for our community, has a sound wall that extends from Dorchester Road State Park. The sound wall is shown in maroon, and it's on the south side of Dorchester Road from the park up to a point 400 feet short of the entrance at Tabby Lane. Then the construction jumps across the road and covers all of Ashborough East from entrance to entrance, covering both of their entrances into Ashborough East. Then the construction jumps back across the road on the south side of the road, and it starts at Nantucket, and it extends up here, Old Fort Baptist Church, and it stops. There is the area shown in black at the entrance to Ashborough Avenue, the areas between Nantucket and Tabby Lane, and in black between this 400 feet just to the southwest of Tabby Lane, shows this is the area of sound wall that we would like to see. The experts in their sound study and have convinced us that it's not feasible at all to build a wall here for only 2 properties in the subdivision, and that the sound would bleed around the ends of each of the walls. They've convinced us also that the sound wall along this area here is not economically feasible, in that there's only 2 properties here and the sound would bleed around here. This property here is owned by CPW and is the debris or the remains of the Edisto Tunnel. This is nothing but a big hill covered with trees and shrubs and what have you. Our primary concern is narrowed down to the 13 properties from this point down to Tabby Lane. This is some 1,500 feet of sound wall. We have estimated the cost to build this sound wall would be $450,000. Again, our focus is upon a sound wall, 1,500 feet from our CPW property out to Tabby Lane. In conclusion, Ashborough West wants a continuous sound wall to go the full length of the Dorchester Road widening project from the state park up to the end of the subdivision. There are three primary reasons we think this is necessary. First is to protect the residents from the increased traffic noise. You've covered this pretty well with your sound study. Number two is the aesthetic appearance of our neighborhood and to protect the property values of those houses that do not have a sound wall. And third, we've got to return to normalcy very soon and start to enjoy the quiet enjoyment of our own backyards. We initially requested an additional 3,000 feet for this continuous sound wall. We've pared this down to 1,500 feet, covering 13 property owners that go from Tabby Lane up to the CPW property. These houses, these homes, these properties, we feel can be feasibly protected from the noise. We have attended public hearings, we've written letters, we've circulated at least 3 petitions from the neighborhood. We've contacted our county councilman. We've gone to Dorchester County Transportation Authority and given presentations there. We've contacted our state representative and our state senator, and we've even written a letter to the governor. We've offered our alternatives. We've offered up a private easement to run parallel with the right-of-way, and we've done everything possibly that we could, even to the point of building this wall with local funds at no expense to South Carolina DOT. All we want is cooperation from South Carolina DOT to allow the construction of this wall within their right-of-way and their support for perpetual maintenance to the walls, as they're going to have to provide for the walls that are already constructed. A little known fact, the 2 neighborhoods involved here within this 1-mile corridor, Ashborough West and Ashborough East, have been maintaining this right-of-way for the last 40 years through our association dues. We do the mowing, the landscaping, and police the litter in this corridor. And we've agreed to do this after this project is completed. This ought to be worth something to DOT. We would welcome a personal visit from the Director of South Carolina DOT to see for himself and to verify the validity of our request. Thank you for your attention.